Sound looks good. Screen is... Hello everyone and welcome to another Hour of Torture. I am your host, Alan M10 as usual for the Everyday Minecraft Quest. Oh dear god, we've had some problems recently, haven't we? In fact, I'm just going to test a few things. Okay, that works. God. I cannot believe the level of stupidity I have been experiencing with myself lately. It is quite amazing. For those of you who don't know, because I did delete the video because it was just too ridiculous, we're doing episode 31 over again. Last episode, I left my microphone muted for about half the stream. Oh boy, was that an embarrassment. At least it was a first. Hopefully it should be the last. The reason it happened, as it happens, is I had taken a 50-question exam that day on history. So it was, my mind was feeling quite fatigued after that. It's no excuse, of course. That was still completely my fault, and, you know, I should have looked at the sound levels before I started the stream, but it was embarrassing, and it was amazing. In that stream, for those of you who didn't see it, there was a person who just decided to put in the chat, "I'm alive." Moments, literally minutes after I asked if anyone, you know, was in the chat. And that was when I had my microphone muted. I don't even know why they said "I'm alive." It was amazing timing, and very unfortunate for me because I honestly would have believed that they were responding to something that I asked. But apparently they just felt the need to say "I'm alive" at that moment. So, that's over now. Back on with the usual program. My sound is indeed telling me that my microphone is on, but of course I don't know. There's my dad. Hello, Dad.
Hey, when you starting your stream?
Oh, it's going right now, in fact.
Oh, you're early.
I'm early! I wanted to test some things, in case I had to end the stream and then start it again. Later, but...
I recognize that place.
I got it all fixed up after the disaster that happened last time, which for anyone who doesn't know, because you probably didn't watch the video, might have just stopped watching 5 minutes in, I had my father on as a special guest about last episode. This entire place got bombarded, basically.
That's where he dropped an anvil on my head.
Yeah, right here. I don't know if they can hear you, but he was just commenting this was the exact spot that an anvil had fallen on his head.
Don't know how it happened.
I don't know either. It's quite the mystery. Quite the conundrum. Yes, I did start early today because I wasn't exactly sure if everything was going to go to plan. I took another 50-question exam today, so I'm going to be wary about my mental strength. I don't doubt at any moment it could give out on me. Oh boy. But, for those of you who are just joining, and wondering what the heck I'm talking about, I wouldn't be surprised if you were. This is the daily Minecraft stream that I do every day except Tuesdays, which is why I didn't do one yesterday. 6 p.m. EST, you know, which it will be in about 2 minutes. As Dad said, I'm early. Yeah, it's a stream. Oh god, I'm not ready. I shouldn't have started today. It's a stream where I get on, play some Minecraft for about an hour, and talk to anyone who decides to ask any questions or strike up a conversation in chat. Yeah, I'm not ready today, but I'll try my best, guys. I will try my best. Might as well talk about the test, since that seems to be the only thing on my mind. It was a test in my personal finances course, which is an elective that I could do in virtual school. It was the final exam. I'm fairly certain I did quite well. There were a lot of questions that involved mathematics, which makes sense. Personal finance is all about, you know, how much would it cost to buy a car, or would it be reasonable to purchase a house in this situation with this bank account, with this much money. So there were a lot of mathematical questions in there. One thing that I thought was funny was when my teacher gave me the course and loaded it up for me, she accidentally told me it was a math course, and of course I, you know, had to reply to her email. I thought I signed up for a personal finances course. She replied back, realizing she'd made a mistake, you know. So there's just so much math in it and barely any personal finances. Got confused there. But. As indicated by my previous 2 streams, we all make mistakes, so I did not talk about that topic after that with her. Oh, God. I think I'm still embarrassed about those last streams. I honestly think I am just a little saddened with myself about those failures. But I'll stop talking about them now. After all, one of them's deleted and the other one is probably only funny to me and my father, but we'll both remember it for a long time. Just going to patch up this hole, just on the off chance I lose a few brain cells while walking in that general direction. Or do not have them with me. Oh my. That's an interesting formation of mountain there. I would have expected that little soul sand area to be a lava lake, but right now, I'm just trying to think of some nice conversation topics that I can just basically speak of fluently while my mind is in this state, while I'm trying to distract myself, essentially. One of which would be the Warrior series that I've been reading, but that really would not be interesting to anyone watching this stream, so I'll spare you all from it. Another would be the book I'm writing, which, again, probably would not serve as any interest for anyone watching. So I'll refrain from mentioning that, too. Gosh, I don't know. Well, I suppose there is one rather minor topic that we could discuss. I've been watching recently this new channel called Brave Wilderness. It's been around for a while. It's nothing new. But it's very interesting to me, and it's something I haven't looked at because a few years ago, when I originally saw their channel, as it was suggested on the YouTube watch page, I believe it was an episode where they were like purposely getting stung by some sort of a wasp or a hornet. And I didn't like that episode because it, to me, as I was a bit younger, it looked like they were hurting the wasp in order to sting themselves. Like, you know, antagonizing it to force it to sting them. But I look back on it now, and sure, they did a little bit of that, but they couldn't really have avoided it if they wanted to make the same video, so I forgave them and started to watch their other content. And it's a very good channel, very educational, if you look more into what that bee sting video really sprouted out from. Because some of those videos where they purposely get stung are not that educational, 5-minute long, you know, do the sting with a bunch of cinematic angles and all that, and then the video ends. But a few of them provide some really interesting insight onto the effects of these stings and how to, you know, avoid them. Which I greatly enjoyed. I'm gonna run out of arrows. 6 left. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that entire house out of quartz. Or at least it's gonna take a while. Actually, well, let's see if we have any new villagers. Cleric. Did we lose some? No, they're just all grouped into this little corner trying to get back to their old village. Cleric. Leather worker. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any new ones. Shepherd and tools. Smith. Weaponsmith. Nothing new. I think I might go 4 blocks tall and then start using a different resource with like some sort of cut-off material. Maybe like wood stairs or something. Quartz is going to take too long to harvest and I want to get this project done so I can move on to something different. Now this guy, Coyote Peterson, or whatever his name was, I'm sorry, he says it every video, but I just keep forgetting it somehow. He reminds me a lot of the crocodile hunter, the nice guy who basically went around doing the same thing, exploring all sorts of exotic species and, you know, showing them on video. Except that was a TV series, of course, and this is a YouTube series, which I thought was very interesting. Food for thought, you know. TV turning into YouTube. YouTube slowly dying. You know, what's going to be the future of entertainment, but I really liked the thought that he wasn't being overly influenced by his viewers. A lot of what you see on YouTube is the creators kind of bending to what the trends are in the world, and you see that a lot in TV too, but a lot more in YouTube, because those creators on YouTube have to say on creating entertainment, creating stuff that people want to see and watch so that they can get watch time and ad revenue and all that. And the reason you don't see it on TV as much is because those TV people are usually sold out by contract, you know. They produce episodes And if the episodes bomb, of course, then their contract will probably be terminated, but they can be a lot more lenient and do a lot more of what they want to do as opposed to what modern day trends would suggest they should do. I should get more netherrack. And that's why I liked seeing Coyote's version of what he was doing, because he, unlike a few other unfortunate channels, wasn't bending to his subscribers. You know, you always get those few saying, oh, hurt the animals, hurt them, and put it on video so we can all watch. But he never does that. He never does that. The worst thing he does is probably just convinces himself to get bitten in, you know, or stung or whatever. Because his subscribers ask him to. And of course, I'm sure, you know, most of it is his own free will. He wouldn't do it if he didn't think he was safe. Unlike a few other creators. But that's the worst of it. And I really liked that about his channel. The more I watched him, the more it was apparent, you know, this guy, he knows his stuff. He's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing. And I like that. Like that a lot. By the way, and I'm scared now, is my microphone muted? If anyone is in chat, if you could just put the letter B, just the letter B or a no in the chat, be excessively helpful in alleviating my fears that none of this is actually being streamed. So I'm sure my sound devices tell me it is. But it's intimidating, the knowledge that, you know, the sound devices might just be lying. They might just be misinforming me in some way. Oh, no response. Well, I'll just have to trust the sounds then. Or just be patient. Maybe someone will come in and say no. Realistically, what I could do, better idea. Just... Okay, it's not good. I could hear the keys clicking. Yeah, awesome. Remove message. Hello. Oof. That's not reassuring. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? I heard two. I know I heard two. Where? Is it? There he is. Nice. Only one arrow. Probably because he damaged himself a bit with the fireball. Ooh, magma slime. Magma cube. Whatever they're called. I need you for some rare items. And fire resistance potions. Oh, that'll be helpful. Oh. Bit of a quiet stream today, and for those on YouTube, I suppose I'll just keep talking because, well, no one's watching, but people might be watching on YouTube, so there's no sense in boring you guys. I've already discussed that before. I'm running out of quartz. Starting to feel unsafe being all the way out here. I'll just go find the portal just to make sure I can find it. It's a lot about what's in a streamer's voice that makes people want to keep watching. A lot about what they say. And that might seem very obvious, but for about half the stream I had someone watching. Someone was, you know, happily listening. And then as soon as I went to put in chat, is my microphone muted, they left. And I think that's in part because I wasn't sounding as, you know, no, what's the word? I don't think there is a word for that. I just wasn't, there wasn't the same strength in my voice when I went to go see, when I had to ask if my microphone wasn't muted. At that point, I think the viewer lost a lot of faith in me as a streamer. And that's probably what inclines them to leave. Perhaps they were just not enjoying what I had to say. Either option is possible, but somehow I think because they left as soon as I did that message thing, that's what it was all about. But that's something that I have to be constantly aware of. If I want to test something out like my sound levels, I should know how to do that instead of asking my audience to do it. Because not only does that make me seem a bit like, you know, less of an intelligent streamer, that also almost forces them into a position they don't want to be in where they have to, I don't know, type in chat. A lot of people on the internet aren't into that kind of interaction, even if it's only one letter. That's something that I don't really understand, but can kind of understand, since the internet is kind of becoming more like where everyone hangs out. There's going to be a lot of social anxiety. I can't say that I truly understand that, though. It should seem like if you're posting a message on a website you've never been to, hosted on a website you're well aware of and trust with all your heart, that, you know, you wouldn't be too afraid to just post some random meaningless message. And that's what you see a lot of on the internet, and why, you know, it's very hard to compare to real life socialization, because people feel like there's a lot less consequences if they do random stuff on the internet. For instance, you would not jump out into a crowd and yell underwear in real life, but God, you see people doing it at every corner of the internet, so it's a tough one. defining social anxiety on the internet is a tough one, because it's a hard thing to really pin down if you've never ever experienced it. I might as well get some glowstone. Does this give? I don't think that gets me more. You know what? I don't even think mining with pickaxe gets me any more. Just wastes durability. Nice. I like being up this high in the nether. The risk of gas just coming across you is lowered. Not by much, but enough to make me feel a bit safer. Oof. Quite the drop. I know I'm gonna anger aghast by looking over this edge. Or maybe not. This is a nice little plateau up here. Does this connect with the... Oh, this is the plateau we were on. Our nether portal should be just over there. We were already quite high. How do you know? I hear you, Jeffrey. There's no need to make a scene. That gas just spawned! Did you guys see it? It just spawned. And I'm down to 4 arrows, so I've got to be careful here. You know, I think I'm just going to make a mad dash. Oh no, going for the portal would be a terrible idea. I don't have flint and steel to get out of here if it blows up. Oof, I'd have to kill myself in a controlled environment and respawn. I need to kill off... You know, oh my goodness! Okay, realistically, I have 4 arrows. If it takes 2 arrows to kill a ghast, if I just hit all my shots, then I should be able to do this well enough. So let's go test out my theory. I think that one just despawned. One of them despawned anyway. Oh, good lord, there's a magma cube. Deal with this so I can concentrate on the gas. Oh, dear God. Oh, I think he has ignored me. For now. Well, that's nice. Okay, magma cubi. Magma cubules. I don't think you're getting the magma cream from the little ones somehow. It's only the big ones. Which is too bad, because it looks like a lot of it burns. Anyway. Keep an eye out for that gas. Looks like we're good. Crystal Magma Cream. Oh yeah. I want to get more arrows. Let's see, that. Feathers. Where are my feathers? Do I not have any feathers? I guess I haven't killed any chickens. No, I killed one chicken at the start of the series, but I might have already turned that into arrows. Oh. Well, that's disconcerting. Oh well, we have a skeleton farm. We can just go and farm some. With relative ease. Oh man. Oh, there's my sword. I'm in a defensive posture even when I sleep. That's how hardcore of a gamer I am. Warrior, I guess. If we're in the roleplay sense. Which way was it? This way? I think it was this. Yep, this way. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and let them spawn for a bit. No one is in the chat, so YouTube audience, prepare for a few moments of silence while I think of a topic. I guess watch the Skeleton's Farm. You guys can watch that. One thing that I don't like about my current predicament with the Kindle Flames, yes, I know I said I wouldn't talk about it, but that was for the one viewer who was watching at the time. I wanted to keep them entertained with some, you know, more current news. Well, more relevant news. That's the word. But for my YouTube viewers who have made it up to this point, well, I can't say for sure that you want to hear about the Kindle Flames. But I can't think of anything else better to talk about. No, I think something that would be more meaningful to you guys would actually be the Warriors books, but again, I haven't already talked about those. I've read up to, like, page 250 on the first book of the third series. I'm almost done with it. In a few days I will be. It's very good, very interesting, the situation those characters are put in. And I do like how they're developed, though I feel that some of them kind of change in unrealistic manners. Perhaps that's just because this book was made as a prequel to the original series, so some things just had to make sense and had to be put into place in a specific way. For instance, and this really isn't spoiling anything, but, you know, slight spoiler warning if you're interested in reading the books. There is this one character called Greywing who has a younger brother known as Jagged Peak. Now, Jagged Peak was, I'm not sure how young, they didn't give his age, but at the beginning of the book, he was talking quite a bit, arguing a lot. To me, if I was Greywing at the beginning of the book, I would have just lost my temper multiple times, but he was very patient with the young cat, and was amazingly patient, in fact. But near the end of the book, he became a lot more intolerant to his younger brother. And it didn't really make sense. They were in a more pressing situation. And I suppose they were both, you know, really far away from their original home. But Greywing really started to kind of treat his younger brother a lot differently. And again, I struggle to put this into words that will be understood by everyone because of how the series, is very complicated and in-depth, kind of. So I'll just stop talking about that. It's probably very boring. I think we should have enough. There we are. Oh. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, I thought it was a bit, but not that much. That's impressive. I'll leave the bones. Well, I might as well fray them up on. My chests are starting to fill, so organizing those is going to be something I have to partake in soon. Well, no one's joined in a bit, so YouTube audience, if you want to leave now, it's just going to be Minecraft gameplay. I doubt anyone else will join. Somehow, I don't know, I just have that feeling. So. Really don't need any more carrots. Actually, what am I doing? Why don't I at least put on music? Sorry about all that chair creaking. My shoulder blades are, for some reason, not getting blood. Let me mute my microphone for a minute. There we are. Oh, good lord. I always wondered if there were some organisms who benefited from the light given off by that glowstone, who, you know, I just successfully killed. Some, you know, plant. Then again, it's hard to imagine a plant growing down here, so never mind. gas tier. Oh, speak of the devil. Did not come this way. Troubleshooting, I thought I went this way. Came from over there, but I guess couldn't have come from over there. Oh, I would have entered again. Oh, joy. Lost again. Gonna have to pick a direction to go on walk. Or run, in my case. Guess it's the other way. But don't. Ah. Guess it is. Yay, there's the portal. And we have a slight bit more. Not nearly enough, of course. God, I might just have to go for 3 layers. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Quartz is too hard to come by. God, I like the 4 layers so much. Oh well. manageable as far as size goes and materials. Very nice song. That's what happens. I have a lot of stone bricks, so I think I'm going to set up a little fort in the nether for safety purposes. If the portal gets blown out by a ghast while I'm in it, oh boy. It's gonna be an unfun time, you might say, because you know that is what it would be, so you could say that. Nice. Need a bit more diorite too. I don't have enough. Darn it. Wanted to extend it by one more layer, but oh well. Usually I want to give this a nice normal castle look. Without actually, you know, throwing myself into the lava. Well, I've used all my stone making the base, but I've got to admit it looks nice, at least. Let's go back to the overworld now. let that stone cook up some more, assuming it doesn't while you're in the nether. Which I don't suppose it does. Oh, it does. Never mind. Okay, in that case, I guess we can set up everything else. Saplings are going to be pointless without any dirt, but yeah, we'll remember to do it later, I guess. Those are just some basic supplies that I wanted to leave here in case worst comes to worst. Which it shouldn't, but you never know. And we have just hit 1 hour of stream time. So, I think with that, that's where I'll end it for today. Thank you all for watching, for those of you who did, and for those of you on YouTube, I do apologize for a rather slow stream. It was quite... Oh, that was interesting. But it was quite slow. Hopefully we can get a better one tomorrow, or the next day, or the next. I will be streaming every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. So I'll see you all in the next one. I really gotta not take tests before streams. Like, it's detrimental, man.